All right, folks, let's cut right to it. September 13th, Allegiant Stadium, Vegas. Canelo Alvarez, Terence "Bud" Crawford. The undisputed king of 168 versus the undefeated genius moving up 2 weight classes live on Netflix. Now, I've been around this game as a fighter, as a trainer, and I'll tell you this, fights like these don't come around often. This isn't just belts on the line. This is legacy roulette. Canelo's trying to remind the world he's still the pound-for-pound face of boxing. Crawford, he's daring history to bend around him. I'm Reggie Cross for Behind the Lines. Let's get into this. Here's my take. Canelo's feet aren't fast, but they're efficient. He doesn't waste motion, and that's why he's been able to trap guys like Callum Smith and Caleb Plant. He walks you down until your ring feels like a shoebox. But I've also been in rings with fighters like Canelo. You know what gives them trouble? When they have to chase. We saw it with Bivol, years back with Lara. When Canelo is forced into following instead of leading, the gears grind slow. That's where his feet look heavy. So opinion straight. If Crawford keeps him chasing, Canelo's gonna feel like he's shadow boxing in cement shoes. Now, Canelo's power isn't one-punch KO like a Wilder, but his placement is surgical. That left hook to the liver, he's ended careers with that. His right uppercut when you dip, that's the shot Saunders never saw coming. And as a trainer, I respect this. Canelo doesn't just headhunt. He attacks arms, ribs, shoulders. That's not showmanship, that's strategy. Break down the body, take away the jab, and suddenly you're fighting his fight. But here's where I think he could struggle. He's been less explosive in recent years. He hasn't stopped an elite opponent since Caleb Plant back in 2021. That tells me the timing's still there, but the snap might be dulled. Against a mover like Bud, that matters. Crawford's got that switch stance trick bag.
Box southpaw, I can bang southpaw. I can box orthodox, I can bang orthodox.
But for me, it's the way he steals angles that's special. As a coach, you teach kids how to L-step. Bud doesn't just do it, he does it with venom. He slides out, re-enters from the blind spot, and suddenly the punch you thought you had lined up, gone. Against Spence, that was the story. He didn't just beat Spence physically. He broke his confidence by being first on the jab, first on the exit. Now, add 2 weight classes, and we don't know if those feet still dance the same. He's carrying more muscle, more bulk. From my perspective, that could slow the exits just enough for Canelo to get his hands on him. Bud's timing is straight nasty. He's the guy who makes you feel like you're always half a beat late. Spence found that out. He'd jab, and Bud would beat him to it. Madrimov at 154, Bud didn't blow him away, but he won the fight by simply being more accurate, more disciplined in the rhythm battle. Here's my read. Crawford doesn't need power at 168 if he wins those first touches. If he's consistently first and last in exchanges, judges notice that. But the risk? He hasn't felt a true super middleweight punch in his life, and Canelo, slower or not, still hits like a mule in close quarters. Look, if you're digging this breakdown, these aren't hype takes. This is a fighter's eye talking. Make sure to like the video and hit subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I want you in this corner every week as we go behind the lines of the fight game. Now back to it. Let's zoom out. Why does this fight even matter so much? For Canelo, it's about relevance. He's been criticized for slowing down, for not chasing the toughest fights. Beating Crawford, the pound-for-pound darling, reaffirms him as the guy in boxing. Plus, let's not lie, streaming on Netflix, that's mainstream money. Mainstream spotlight. Canelo wants that. For Crawford, this is pure history. Nobody in the 4-belt era has been undisputed in 3 weight classes. If Bud pulls this off, he's not just great. He's in the all-time conversation with Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, those mythical names. This isn't about belts, it's about immortality. And don't ignore the noise outside the ropes. Age and mileage. Canelo's 35, Crawford's 37. Both are past the athletic peak. One bad night, one bad reaction could swing this. Size factor. No rehydration clause means Canelo can balloon up. That might make clinches, body work, and shoulder rolls brutal for Bud. Promotion pressure. Netflix has money in this. They want fireworks, not a chess match. Judges might not admit it, but entertainment value has a way of creeping into scorecards. All of that matters. So how does it play? If Canelo cuts the ring early and gets to Crawford's body by round 4, I see a grind. Not an early KO, but a late round wear down where Bud looks less mobile by round 9 or 10. But if Crawford's feet stay sharp under the extra weight, if he keeps Canelo guessing and makes him reset over and over, I can absolutely see Bud winning a decision. It might not be pretty, but history usually isn't. My pick, lean Crawford, just barely. Why? Because historically, movers who make Canelo chase have given him nightmares, but it's razor close and I wouldn't bet my house on it, or yours either. By the end of that night in Vegas, we're going to learn more than who won belts. We're going to see what still drives two men in the twilight of greatness. Canelo, chasing the echo of dominance he once had. Crawford, chasing immortality by punching physics in the face. And that's what makes this beautiful. Because boxing, when stripped of promoters, money, and bright lights, is just two people trying to outlast history. One man will win, one man will lose. But in fights like this, both men step into the eternal. And when the lights go down in Allegiant Stadium, maybe the truth will hit harder than any punch. That greatness isn't about power or speed or even winning. It's about daring to walk into the ring when the world says you shouldn't. And that, folks, is why we watch. I'm Reggie Cross. This is Behind the Lines. If you're feeling the vibe, hit subscribe and remember, hype fades, legacy don't. Peace.
745